Hello everyone and welcome back to Midweek Mentoring, the latest series on my channel. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, do go have a look back or look after. We provide loads of amazing information that you can't learn anywhere else. This series is all about offering insight, knowledge and help aspiring or current entrepreneurs to assist them on starting, maintaining and completing their journey. Most of what I talk about has been things I've picked up myself, coupled with knowledge, facts and data that I've also collected on the way. I truly have a passion for helping people because I know I was once in their shoes, and at the time I could have also done with the help. And there's no better feeling than acknowledging that you've helped someone better their life. I'm no guru or claim to be someone I'm not. All my opinions are my own and should be taken into account wisely, but I will try to help you nevertheless. Anyways, enough waffling, let's get on with today's video. Even though the title may suggest it, you cannot actually obviously get 8 days out of a 7-day week. This was only exaggerated to showcase how productive you can actually be if you plan your week out correctly, which is exactly what I will be showing you today. People love making the excuse that they have no time, when really they just aren't optimized or organized, and they could be doing way more to counteract that. There is always time to slot in extra things into your day if you plan correctly. So I'm actually going to be moving over to my computer for this video, and I'm going to be running you through exactly how to make the most out of your week using my scheduling tool called Asana. You don't want to use Asana in the Discord. We actually have our own built-in software which we built on Notion to organize your life to the fullest, and there's a video on that which will explain exactly how to use it and how you can make the most out of it. Link in the description. See you on my computer. Right, so we're back on my computer now, and the first thing we actually have to do is by determining what an important task is, what a task of lower importance is, and what a not very important task is. So something of high importance is something that is set by a time deadline, it's the most important thing you have to do to move forward with your project, or it's just something that needs to be done in a timeline order. Another thing may be something you have to do daily to do your business effectively. That'll all vary depending on what you actually do on a day-to-day basis, of course. And something of less importance but still important, you need to keep it in the back of your mind. It won't have too much of an impact if you don't do it now, but you know that you do need to do it after, and maybe just consciously thinking about you will have to be doing it next and how you can kind of go around it. Then you have your stuff which isn't important right now, you shouldn't even really be thinking about it. You can come back to it on a later day. The two things which are more important come way above that, and there is no need to do it right now, especially if there's no deadline on it at all. So at the start of the week you shouldn't even be worrying about that. So let me get into now how to actually make the most out of your weeks. So I'm using this program called Asana, like I said, and it'll just be used to demonstrate how exactly I can use it effectively to squeeze in as much as possible and be as productive as I can. So number one on this list is to prioritize stuff at the start of the week. So what do I mean by that? The most important tasks, they're going to be at the beginning, things that you need to do to move forward. Also, side note, if you see me look in different directions, I've got two windows open, I'm just checking my screen recorder is still working. So yeah, you'll put your most important ones towards the start of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then stuff that needs to be done in the week that is less important can go at the end of the week. And remember, make sure you're working on the weekends. The week doesn't stop on Fridays, that's for people working 9 to 5s. Less important at the end of the week. So if the most important task can get done, so the ones on these days, let's say, don't know, let's be vague. Start building website. This is the start of your business. You need a website, otherwise you can't operate. That's gonna be there. And then you've also got connect domain to provider. Let's say this is the most important tasks, put that on Tuesday. Let's say that's the most important task. It's on Monday, obviously you want to do it first. You tick it off and then you can move that one over, or you can change the color of it to show priority, which I'm going to get into in a later step. This way is really effective because it means no pointless work is getting done and everything's laid out a lot clearer, and you know that you're doing the most important stuff at the start of the week, meaning you're only going to go into a more productive week instead of doing silly tasks that you don't really need to do. And you can meet deadlines effectively if you have time deadlines towards the end of the week, for example. So the next thing, like I just mentioned, is to color code tasks. And what do I mean by that? Well, on a lot of these scheduling programs, you can actually change the color of a task to show how prioritized the task is. So let's untick that. I think the default for this one is red, orange, yellow. Red being the most prioritized one and yellow being the least prioritized one. So, like we said, this is the most important task, and this is not as important, and then let's just put another one in that isn't important at all. evaluate a color scheme change for the site. Again, not really that important. We're going to put it in yellow. It doesn't affect your business massively. So what does making your tasks color prioritized actually do? Well, instinctively in your brain, red seems like it's the most important one, and you go down the order. So it's a subconscious visual cue in your brain that you clock, so you know what is most important, and it separates clearly what should actually be done first and where you need to be looking on the page and focusing on. You will automatically prioritize these tasks. Another thing I will say is make sure what you've actually color coded is color coded for the right reason, and be sure about it, because it could be easy for you to make that a red task and make it be of priority, and then again your brain's going to instinctively think, okay, I need to do this first, but is it actually worth doing as a red task? And then you'll just be doing the task you don't really need to be doing first, when stuff like this might be way more important. Again, this is just going to have a knock-on effect, and you're going to keep doing pointless tasks. In the back of your mind, you're going to be stressed because you know you're not doing the right task, but you can't figure out why. Yes, I know this from experience. So yeah, just make sure the tasks you're doing are color coded the right way and you prioritize them correctly. Just have a think about it. Think, is this moving me forward? What needs to be done first? Does this have a time deadline? Things like that. Again, this will prevent you from slowing down overall. Moving on to number 3, we have the these must be done tasks. This is daily. Obviously it depends what you do on a day-to-day basis, but for me, for instance, I make a lot of content and I know that I need to do 3 posts a day. I also know that I need to be in the Discord every day doing certain things. These are the must-dos, like they must be done. So they are the first thing that actually get done within the day. Instead of actually color coding these, this is a personal choice, obviously you don't have to do this. I actually leave them grey, because obviously there's 3 priority colors, but I leave them grey. So I know I've got to make 3 posts for behind the CEOs. So I know I've got to do that, and I also know I've got to do, I don't know, let's say fitness data set for Discord. I know I've got to do those things. So my routine is I'll go to the gym, shower, and I'll get straight to work. I know I'm going to be doing these grayed out tasks first because they need to be done before I can even think about doing these ones. And if you've got to do daily tasks, make sure you're doing these every single day and they will get done first. And that way you can relax a bit because you know what you've had to do in the day without fail is actually done, and it's not in the back of your mind thinking you've done an orange, you've done a red task, but I actually didn't do the things I needed to do, which are grayed out. So again, just for peace of mind as well, and progress of course. And then number 4 on this, how to get 8 days out of your 7-day week, is to actually plan on a Sunday. I have a little Sunday ritual I do every single Sunday, which is plan week. A simple task, but must be done. You can leave it grey, you can make it red. A small task, right? It's just 2 words, but it is so important. The science is that if you plan your week ahead, you actually save 2 hours of procrastinating and fiddling about trying to think about what you actually have to do per week. So you save 2 hours a week, and you don't have to always think, fuck, what do I need to be doing next? Do I need to be doing this? It's always on the back of your mind, just stressing out. Again, for peace of mind, you know exactly what you have to do on what day. Again, if you have any other planning you need to do, also include this on a Sunday for the Monday going forward. So for instance, I need to plan content structure for video 1 and 2. That's something I need to do each week, and I need to plan it on the Sunday, so I know that going into the week forward, I know exactly what I have to be doing. And again, I'm going to be saving time, so if I've got to do a task on Wednesday, which is film video 1, I can actually just get straight into filming. I don't need to plan out what I'm doing. Let's say you're building the website, for instance, and you're doing it on the Wednesday. You've planned on Sunday that, okay, on Wednesday I need to make the header of the website and it's going to look exactly like this, and that's what you've planned out. Then on Wednesday you can just put make the header. So you can just go straight into tasks without actually having to think too much, if that makes sense. And then again, you can be more productive that way. Again, I know these were just small tips, but seriously, if you actually implement them all, you'll get so much more out of your week. Your head will be clearer, you'll be way less stressed. And these are things I've actually picked up over the years of doing it, compacted into a small video for you guys. But in its simplest terms, it works. You're gonna get way more out of your week, and these are proven as well. Obviously, I've gone through weeks of doing it and planning it, and I know it works. So just honestly give it a go. But yeah, thank you all for tuning into this this week's episode of Midweek Mentoring. As you know, we do a new video every week. Please leave a comment if you are going to try any of these out, or if you actually do them already. As you know, time is money, and the more time we can spend being productive, the more money we can make. The further ahead of the competition we'll be, and the more we'll get done overall. Success will just come quicker. Plus, like I keep saying, all of this saves the stress of constantly having to think, what do I need to do next? You don't have to think in the back of your mind, I'm actually not working hard enough. Well, you can see exactly what you're doing when you need to be doing it. So it takes that element out of it completely. And you won't miss any tasks off because they're all written out. Please do subscribe and share this video. We're aiming for 500 subscribers by the end of the year. We're almost at 100, keep pushing, and I'll see you guys in next week's Midweek Mentoring.